Hello, my friend. I'm really happy you're here today. Before we begin, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath, relax your shoulders, and allow yourself to be present. Life moves so fast that we rarely give ourselves permission to slow down. We wake up, check our phones, think about work, school, responsibilities, and all the things we haven't done yet. Today, I want this to be different. For the next few minutes, forget about everyone else. This time is just for you.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at someone else's life and suddenly felt like you weren't doing enough? Maybe you opened social media and saw someone traveling the world, buying a new house, getting promoted, or celebrating another achievement. Within a few minutes, your mood changed. You started questioning your own progress, wondering why everyone else seemed to be moving ahead while you felt stuck. The strange thing is that your life didn't change during those few minutes. The only thing that changed was where you placed your attention. Comparison is one of the quietest habits we develop, yet it has one of the strongest effects on our happiness. It doesn't announce itself. It slowly enters your thoughts and convinces you that someone else's success somehow makes your own journey less valuable. Instead of appreciating your own progress, you begin measuring yourself against people who are walking completely different paths. The problem is that comparison doesn't motivate us for long. More often, it steals our confidence, our peace, and our ability to enjoy the present moment. Imagine that life is like climbing a mountain. Every person has a different starting point, a different backpack, and a different destination. Some people began their climb years before you. Others have lighter loads to carry. Some have more experience, while others have people helping them along the way. If you spend your entire journey looking at another climber, you stop paying attention to your own steps. Eventually, you lose your balance, not because your path was impossible, but because your focus was somewhere else. I remember a time when I started every morning by reaching for my phone before I even got out of bed. Within minutes, I'd already seen dozens of people sharing exciting moments from their lives. Someone was starting a business, another person was traveling to another country, and someone else was celebrating a huge milestone. Without realizing it, I compared my ordinary morning to everyone else's highlight reel. It made me feel as though I wasn't doing enough, even though nothing in my own life had actually changed. Then one day, I asked myself a simple question. What am I not seeing? That question completely changed my perspective. Every photo has a story behind it that we never get to see. We don't see the failures, the anxiety, the sleepless nights, or the moments of self-doubt. We see a single beautiful moment, but we don't see the hundreds of difficult moments that came before it. Social media gives us small windows into people's lives, not the entire picture. Once I understood that, I stopped believing that everyone else had everything figured out. Instead of asking why someone else was further ahead, I started asking myself a different question. What is one thing I can improve today? That small change in thinking made a huge difference. Instead of worrying about where I should be next year, I focused on what I could do today. Sometimes that meant reading a few pages of a book. Sometimes it meant practicing English for 15 minutes. Other days, it simply meant getting enough rest and preparing myself for tomorrow. Small improvements may not look impressive at first, but they quietly transform your life over time. Think about planting a tree. When you place a seed in the ground, nothing seems to happen for days or even weeks. If you judged the seed only by what you could see above the surface, you might believe that nothing was growing. But underneath the soil, the roots are becoming stronger every single day. Those roots are invisible, yet they are the most important part of the tree. Without them, the tree could never grow tall enough to survive storms. Our personal growth works in exactly the same way. Many of the most important changes in our lives happen where nobody can see them. Learning a language, building confidence, becoming more patient, recovering from disappointment, or developing self-discipline are all examples of invisible progress. They don't happen overnight, and they rarely receive applause from other people. Yet these quiet improvements create the foundation for everything else we achieve in life. Never underestimate the power of small, daily actions. One new English word, one chapter of a book, one healthy meal, or one honest conversation may seem insignificant today, but together, they shape the person you become in the future. Another reason comparison hurts us is because it slowly disconnects us from ourselves. When we spend too much time trying to become like someone else, we stop asking who we truly are. Maybe you enjoy drawing, writing, cooking, reading, or taking long walks. Maybe those simple activities bring you genuine happiness. But because society constantly tells us to chase bigger achievements, we sometimes convince ourselves that these quiet moments don't matter. In reality, they matter more than we realize because they help us reconnect with ourselves. Life isn't only about reaching goals. It's also about experiencing the moments that happen while we're working toward those goals. It's about enjoying conversations with people we love, appreciating the beauty of an ordinary afternoon, laughing without checking our phones, and finding joy in simple experiences that money cannot buy. One day, you may discover that these ordinary moments were actually the most meaningful parts of your life. Here's something I hope you always remember. You experience your own life from the inside, but you experience everyone else's life from the outside. That means you'll always know your own fears, mistakes, and insecurities while only seeing other people's achievements. That comparison will never be fair because you're comparing your full story with someone else's carefully chosen highlights. Every person you admire has struggles that remain invisible. Some people hide stress behind success, loneliness behind laughter, and uncertainty behind confidence. Everyone carries challenges that the world never sees. Imagine that your life is a book, and every day you write another page. If you spend all your time reading everyone else's stories, your own book remains unfinished. Years later, you may realize that you spent more time admiring other people's journeys than creating your own. Instead of worrying about someone else's chapter, focus on writing today's page as honestly and beautifully as you can. That's all any of us can truly do. Whenever you catch yourself comparing your life with someone else's, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and gently bring your attention back to your own journey. Ask yourself, what is one small action I can take today that my future self will thank me for? Then take that action, no matter how small it seems. Success is rarely built through one dramatic moment. More often, it is built through hundreds of ordinary decisions, repeated consistently over time. As we finish today's conversation, I want to leave you with one final thought. The purpose of life is not to become better than everyone else. The real goal is to become a little wiser, a little kinder, and a little stronger than the person you were yesterday. That is a journey worth taking because it never depends on anyone else's progress. Your path is unique, your timing is unique, and your story is still being written. Keep moving forward. Trust your own pace. Celebrate your small victories. And remember that every meaningful life is built one quiet step at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I truly hope this conversation brought you a little more peace, confidence, and motivation. Keep believing in yourself. Keep practicing your English every day, and remember that progress is never about being faster than someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, one day at a time. I'll see you again in the next SpeakVora lesson.